So, do you know have any information on coastal erosion or anything down here in Morgan City?
Coastal erosion, we ain't got much coastal erosion here in Morgan City in this part of the state because of the Chapel River. But no, I don't know much about coastal erosion. Now, what I do know that some of the lakes, when you go down by Shauney towards the river and stuff like this, it's all washed out and stuff like this. And we used to go hunting down there, hunting rabbits and stuff like this, and they had a big levee. Well, they had about a spar bank about a quarter of a mile on by Shauney, but now the spar bank's up to the levee. It then washed it away.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad, they say. Do you have, like, any opinion on it, or what you think anybody should do?
But like I said, that's in Terrebonne Parish, not by Shauney, mostly in Terrebonne Parish.
So you haven't seen any changes around here in Morgan City?
Not too much that I know of, that coastal erosion, you know. We got just the opposite. We have to dredge the river out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
to keep the...
That's true. Keep it from stopping up.
That's right.
Well, I know around Lakeside and stuff that, you know, the cement's starting to crack, and they always have to put some stuff right there by the lake, you know, so it won't get into the neighborhood. Usually it floods during, like, bad storms and stuff like that.
When they flood and stuff, see, that leaves sediment and stuff like this when after the flood, when the water runs off. It leaves stuff, and that could... you can put erosion like it at the Chapel River.
Yeah, so...
It's building land at the mouth of the river.
It's building land, but then again, you know, only at the mouth of the river. All the rest of it's, like, eroding.
What's the rest of it's like?
Like the river.
It
builds up at the end, but it washes...
You're right, the lake. Now, another thing, you're talking about the coastal erosion. At one time, it used to be what they call 6 Mile Lake, right north of us here, down the river. In fact, 6 Mile Lake before the Chapel River. It used to be 6 Mile Lake because you couldn't, it was 6 miles across. Now, on Cypress Island and stuff like this across the 6 Mile Lake, you can see it when you get at the mouth of 6 Mile Lake. You know, you couldn't even see across it at one time.
So you saying there's more land or there's less land?
It built up the land. See, they don't dredge over there. They just got a path. They got a path for the boats path.
So anything...
6 Mile Lake, and another big lake was up there what they call Grand Lake. That was a big lake. That was a huge lake as far as I'm concerned. Above 6 Mile Lake, above Bob Booty.
So it's not there anymore.
Grand Lake. Like
it's not as big as it was.
Yeah, no, it ain't as big as it ain't, but maybe a third the size it was, but that's big.
And that's because of, you know, the deposition and stuff like that. Okay. What? Anything else you want to tell me about your life? You know.
Well, I had a good life.
Kids you had.
Like I tell you, I'm one of 13 kids, but my mama took care of all of us and stuff like that. My daddy worked. My daddy was very seldom home. He worked most of the time. When he wasn't working, he was out hunting and fishing until he retired. My daddy died when he was 70 years old. My mama was 84.
Yeah, she died after I was born.
You know, so yeah, I had a good life and that.
So how long have you been living here on 4th Street?
How long I've been living here on 4th Street? We bought this house, let's see, I got out to service in 85, about, let's see, 61, about 1970. So we've been living here since then.
For about 40 years now.
Yeah, about 40 years.
So any history you want to give me on Morgan City? Anything interesting?
Well, I think Morgan City is a nice town. At least I was born and raised here. But at the same time, Rose and I both like to travel. We've been all over the country.
Mhm.
We've been to 40 to 50 states plus Canada and Mexico.